The Catholic Church has played a central role in the effort to make Democratic Republic of Congo President Joseph Kabila step down and hold elections. Twice in recent months, clergy have organized mass protests. The marches have sparked violence and casualties, but protesters say more demonstrations are coming. Viewers, Anita Powell reports from Kinshasa.
Sunday mornings in Kinshasa normally mean packed pews in the city's many Catholic churches. But on recent Sundays, the clergy has been sending the faithful onto the streets to pray for something else: political change. The church, which holds an influential role in Congolese society, mediated a late 2016 political agreement that demanded Kabila's resignation and elections in late 2017. When that failed to happen, Congolese took to the streets in Kinshasa and other major cities late last year and earlier this year. But security officials reacted harshly to the protests, and members of the clergy were arrested, wounded, and even killed. The U.S. government has urged Congolese authorities to respect the right of citizens to protest. At the St. Francois de Sales parish in Kinshasa, parishioners say they are angry over the January 21st shooting death of a young novice, Therese Kapangala. Choir director Manu Bakutu says he's haunted and angry after watching her die in a pool of blood.
She was calm. She prayed a lot.
Other parishioners say they'd also lost loved ones in the protests.
To our surprise, we learned that there are police who have gone so far as to enter the parish. They fired tear gas, and there were even real bullets. The tear gas made it to the inside of the church where my father was, and he got seriously ill Tuesday, and that's where he passed away. He left us January 4th.
But they said this won't dim their faith. Parishioner Paul Buka says his protest injuries have only made him more determined.
And how to do it when we don't have weapons? We can only protest with marches and raising our voices as high as possible so the world can hear us.
Kinshasa-based priest Kome Shamala says he has been getting bolder in his sermons. Just under half of Congo's 80 million people are Catholic, and the church often steps in where the government has failed, running schools, hospitals, and social welfare programs.
It's against all these social injustices that we want to get change, because the advantage of democracy, which is how we think of our country, is that at some point the people become aware that this one we chose has done nothing, and we can choose another in the hope of a better life.
If nothing changes, he says, the protests will continue. And no matter how dark or difficult the days ahead may be, he urged the people of Congo to hold on to one thing above all else: faith. Anita Powell, VOA News, Kinshasa.
The rainy season has started in parts of Nigeria, although in small measure. Heavy downpours are expected in the coming months, and given flood warnings from the Nigerian Meteorological Agency, state authorities are beginning to prepare. Some of the steps being taken to prepare include construction and rehabilitation of roads in states such as Kaduna, and clearing of drainages in other places like Enugu. While in some other parts, residents of flood-prone areas are asking the government to do the necessary things in order to avoid disaster.
Roads riddled with potholes like this are a recipe for bumpy and strenuous rides. With rainfall, it will even be much worse, as road users may have to deal with flood and attendant problems such as gridlock. With the onset of the 2018 rainy season, deteriorating infrastructure which may not withstand the pressure of heavy downpour are being fixed. In Kaduna State, the government is rehabilitating roads in two communities, Regasa and Goningora in Igabi and Chikum local government areas.
Actually, we are having flood. If you can see from here to this place, that what destroyed these houses because of flood 2013 or so. But now that we see this work, we are so happy, we appreciate it.
In Enugu State, southeast Nigeria, precautionary measures are being taken with the clearing of obstructions on waterways. The effort, they say, is aimed at preventing floods in the coastal states.
As we desilt, we remove properly whatever is desilted to the refuse dump so that essentially we can face all the rain challenges in Enugu.
While predicting normal rainfall in parts of the country, the Nigerian Meteorological Agency's seasonal rainfall prediction for 2018 also points to likely flash floods. For residents of areas with growing erosion, the rainy season spells doom, as the threat is on a higher scale. And that's the case in Nibo community in Awka, Anambra State, where the plea is for urgent steps to be taken to save lives and property.
And lost some for almost 5-6 plots of land around the area. Then the erosion continued. Even yesterday, the rainfall, everybody was surprised. All of us are coming to help each other to divert the flooding water. Still all in vain.
The state's Ministry of Environment promises speedy intervention.
There's been an ongoing discussions and synergy with Ministry of Works, to look at the engineering of roads, and the engineering of roads detailing it where channeling of water runoff from roads are properly terminated, not abruptly as in most cases that start to cause man-made erosions.
Managing potential risk and avoiding devastation is the essence of the annual seasonal rainfall prediction by the Nigerian Meteorological Agency. As the rainy season sets in, it will be even more devastating if this time around flood warnings are ignored like previous years. A stitch in time saves 9.
It's time now for a short break, but before we go, we'd like to remind you to visit our website. It's channelstv.com for news and other programming around the clock. You can also find us at youtube.com/channelsweb. Still to come, we'll visit Sierra Leone's sanctuary for trafficked chimpanzees and hear why conservationists warn that deforestation also threatens the country's wild chimpanzee population. We'll bring you that story in a moment.